Yo, what up? It's your boy, the MMA Mechanic, and today we're going to do a full breakdown for a big fight that's coming. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. This fight is huge, man. I think, regardless of who wins this fight, it's going to be huge moving forward. Both guys have expressed interest in moving up. I think it's more so likely for Alex because Alex had already had a reign at light heavy. So if he wins this fight, I can see him maybe taking another fight and then moving up to fight Tom. That'd be crazy. But if Big Ank wins, then a couple more fights for him, and I could see the same fate because I do think that that'd be an interesting fight, Magomed versus Tom. I do think with Magomed being a counter puncher and Tom loving that blitz in. I think that'd be a really interesting fight. We obviously know that Ank is a good grappler as well, so that could be interesting. So yeah, that fight would be something I would like to see. But we're gonna first talk about this fight because Ank first has to get through Pereira again. And now, guys, a lot of people are saying that fight Ank ran away with, or Ank easily won, or making it seem like he easily won. That was not an easily won fight. It came down to the third round, which was razor close. The third round was insanely close. Literally, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are times I'm like, man, that looked like an Alex round, but then when you consider the fact that Ank was like pressuring Alex, I mean, it was a very, very close round, man. Very, very close round. And we're going to talk about it here. We're going to break down each round, but it was so close, man. And, I personally, watching it back a couple times, I flip-flop on who I thought won. I really did. It was the third round was that close, and it literally came down to the third round. The first round, Alex won pretty easily. Second round, Ank won. Third round, toss-up. Fourth round, Ank won. Fifth round, Alex won, in my opinion, pretty easily, landing the better shots. Look, guys, there's a couple things that I dissected from this fight. The outside foot battle is essential, especially for Alex. Alex, the thing about Alex is he's a slower guy, so if he doesn't have outside foot advantage, what that allows is for Ankalaev, who's a southpaw, he has the outside foot advantage. Now his power hand, that power left, straight access to Pereira's body. That push kick that he likes to use, Ankalaev, Pereira is like literally lined up directly in front of him because Ankalaev has the outside foot position, lining up Ankalaev to land that punch and that kick easier on Alex Pereira. So the outside foot battle for both guys is important, but I think especially so for Alex because of Ankalaev's speed advantage, right? So I personally think whoever loses the foot battle is going to lose the fight. I think that also Ankalaev's feints. Both guys were feinting really well. But Ankalaev winning that foot battle, feinting and level changing. So when Ankalaev would level change, he would have his lead hand on a circular motion. My bad. There's his lead hand on like a circular motion, distracting Alex, enabling him to land that left hand, which is his power hand, or that body kick. He did that masterfully, man. Level changing, all going up and down. Obviously, the takedown threat is there. So, Pereira had that in the back of his mind. And obviously, with him being weary of the takedowns, that opened Pereira up to taking some shots from Ankalaev. Body shots, that straight left to the body, that push kick to the body. I mean, Ankalaev was landing some hard leg kicks. He was landing 1-2s, overhands. He did a really, really good job, man, with his striking, keeping Pereira guessing. Pereira didn't really know which way he was coming from. But, likewise, man, there were times, look, I will say this. Pereira, if he can win that outside foot battle, and every single body kick that Pereira threw, he landed. Every single one. Go back and watch. Every single body kick that he threw. Right? So if you're talking about who's a guy that's faster than you, Pereira, and Ankalaev, you need to utilize those kicks. And especially when he threw multiple kicks. There were times where he was throwing multiple kicks, and he would catch Ank. He hurt him badly with a head kick and a couple of head kicks in the fifth round. You see what I'm saying? So he has to mix that kick up, and he has to go to the body to slow Ank down. If you look at the fourth round, and we'll talk about it, the fourth round, Ankalaev won that round. But we're gonna go through it because there were a couple of knees, short knees that Pereira was landing to the body that I think going into the fifth round greatly impacted Ankalaev. He slowed down in that fifth round. Now I know it's a fifth round and everyone's gonna slow down, but I think it was because of those knees to the body. I think that softened Ankalaev. I mean, Pereira landed like people don't notice because Ankalaev had the pressure, but if you really go back and watch, Pereira landed like 7 knees to the body, sneaky knees to the body. Ankalaev was landing his knees too. Now Ankalaev did win the fourth, for sure, but I think the fact that Pereira was working in the clinch, and he does that. He works in the clinch. Even if you have him in the clinch, he's not. He's gonna be working, throwing up knees, those elbows, and hammer fists, and all those different things that he does in the clinch. He's very effective with, and I think that's gonna be something too. If he's in the clinch with the Ankalaev, if that's an adjustment that Ankalaev makes and clenches more, especially early, I can see Pereira's going to have to be active in that clinch. Like, never one time take a break. Pereira's very good fighting hands. He was very good fighting hands. That's why he was able to stuff, I think, like 9 takedowns or something in this fight. I mean, this was a insanely close fight, man. And people need to get away from the narrative that Ankalaev dominated. Now, also, there was one other thing that I wanted to mention. I think Pereira, when he was circling off, was retreating a lot more. Ankalaev, when he would circle off to try and gain the outside foot position, win that battle, he would angle in and come closer. He knows he's faster, so he can angle in. And if they get into that firefight, he's gonna land because he's a faster striker, and he won majority of the times the foot battle. So those things I think are going to be very, very important. I mean, the outside foot battle, Alex throwing more body kicks, Alex being busier in the clinch, Ankalaev clenching more, you know, I think is going to be important for Ankalaev because I do think that the second fight, Alex needs to counter more as well. There were clear-cut counters that Alex could have landed in this fight and just didn't throw. He just didn't throw them, and he had setups for them. Very hesitant, and he was afraid of being taken down. And now that Alex sees that he can defend the takedown, you need to go for it, man. Because you stung Ankalaev a couple times, specifically with the head kicks. Even with some punches, he landed some counter punches. He did have a couple times, I think it was like 2 or 3 times, where he had a couple counter combinations where he let his hands go, and he was throwing combinations. When he threw combinations, he would land. Both guys, really. Both guys, listen, I get it. You're both very respectful of each other's power and very respectful of each other's fighting styles and capabilities. But I think both guys are going to have to improve this fight because I think adjustments are going to be made. And mainly with the things I said. I think Ankalaev, again, you continue to feint. You continue to level change. You continue to mix in the clinch work. Alex, when he mixes in that clinch work, you have to have those knees to the stomach. Alex, great job fighting hands and circling off whenever you got inside the clinch. But understand that, you can defend takedowns now, so throw punches. And even when Ankalaev historically has taken guys down, he's not the best with ground and pound or submissions. So I think that Alex, again, the times that you let your hands go, you were successful. You do that in this fight. I think those are the necessary adjustments for you to win. Pereira's gonna have to be careful. But again, if he has that outside foot battle, another thing that does, it allows for Pereira to